Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a little, a little sit down video today. I got a few sit down videos to do. I am in my bedroom. Um, so we're gonna talk about this. Well, this video in particular, it's really about where my relationship is right now with my ex-husband. Emphasis on ex. And why our relationship just did not work out, even after us trying for another 2.5 years. We got married in 2020 when COVID hit, and got divorced about 2 years later, 22, reconciled 23, and breaking up again in 2025, going into 2026. So I want to go back when we reconciled and bring you up into why we are here today and why I have moved out into my own apartment, and we are no longer cohabitating or together or any of that. So if you want to hear what happened in my marriage and why it ended for good this time, no more trying. First, right here, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to like this video. Uh, uh, Put a comment down below and share it if you care. But most of all, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. So do that now before we get into this video. Okay, so if you follow my old channel, because I had a channel prior to this called Regina's World, and I love that channel. I actually was just going through a whole lot during that time, so I had to give that channel up. Well, I didn't willingly give it up. I lost the access to the page by an old Gmail that I don't have anymore, and it was attached to Google. But if you follow that page, so you know how I ended in during that time. Moving on to moving on to now. Jesus Christ. Moving on to now. So after all of that stuff happened back in the day with my ex-boyfriend, it kind of like pushed me back into the arms of my ex-husband. I ain't gonna lie, because that everything that I went through then, it was so much stuff that I just needed to. If I was gonna be with somebody, I was gonna be with somebody who I felt safe with, who I trusted, and who I knew was gonna do all that crazy stuff that my ex was doing, which was my ex-husband. So I went back to my safe old ex-husband. And for at least a year and a half, we were just fine. I mean, it wasn't really no big deals. I used to always, say that, I used to always tell him to, like, go do something. Hold on one second. Yeah, so, all that trauma that I went through, I couldn't do it again. So I ended up back with my baby father. And again, for about a year and a half, everything was great up until November of last year, maybe. No, yeah, it was like November of last year. That's when everything took a turn. That's when Eddie resurfaced. He resurfaced, and that's when our relationship pretty much kind of started taking a dive, because I thought I wanted Eddie. The person that came out of jail was completely a different person that I was dating. I wasn't dating. I was dating somebody that I never recognized, that I never knew. I just believed. I was like, I knew this person was in there. I knew you had to be a good person. Blah blah blah. I knew you had to have this in you, and I really wanted to be with that person, the person that came out of jail. But that person that came out of jail only lasted for about a month, and which started making me retreat, and I didn't end up leaving my baby father because I started seeing old things, old patterns, how he used to be, and I didn't want to be with that anymore. So, but the damage began to happen because he was brought back into our lives, and I at this actual time though, I was actually not happy anyway in my relationship, in my marriage. So I was trying to figure out ways to make it work with Reese without having no sex at all. So I was trying very, very hard these past 7 years, 6 years. I think maybe it was 6 years. Past 6 years of being with this man with a very lack of intimacy and very little sex. If I get sex 2-3 times a year, you know what I mean. That's real. That's a real number. If I can get sex 2-3 times a year, and I can get oral sex maybe 2-3 times a year, that's not enough for anybody. That's not enough for anybody, especially when you live with someone. Not when you or we lived in a different homes. We lived in the same home, in the same bed, night after night. But I was not getting sex like this. So I was trying to figure out ways to do things. So I was just like, I can't like fall. Sex was created to like bring two people together. And I was trying to explain to him, there's no way I can fall for you or like fall in love if I'm not having sex. I'm going to fall for the person that I'm having sex with. I'm like, yes, we have a great friendship. We have a partnership. We can take care of the kids. I said, we can keep that as a solid foundation. I will never bring anybody to this home. You don't bring anybody to the home. Don't have anybody in my car. I will never violate you. You will never know. When I want to go and get my needs met or get some intimacy, there's something that you cannot provide me, I will go get it. And you can do the exact same thing. It wasn't like I was saying, this is what I wanted to do and you can't do it. I was telling him, this is what I want to do and you can do the exact same thing. He had a really bad problem with doing that. Like, he had a very, very bad problem with doing it. So that became an issue, like a major issue, because he did not want to do that. He was like, I don't want you living in my house. If you can't be faithful to me, then you can't live in my house, and blah, 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 blah. You're my wife. Blah, blah. I'm like, I don't mind being faithful to you, but what am I supposed to do here? There was never any answer to what I was exactly supposed to do. I was tired of going to counselor, from counselor to counselor, getting pretty much the same advice of nothing being done. I had my boyfriends on the phone trying to tell him to talk to him and be like, dude, all you got to do is just have sex. What is the problem? And he kept saying that it was a blockage. He can't sleep with me because I'm always sleeping with somebody else. What am a girl supposed to do if you going months at a time without having sex with her husband? What are you supposed to do? Just become a nun? I'm not a nun. I have children. Not a nun. Like, so what was I supposed to do? I always asked him. I'm like, open up this marriage. You know what I mean? Allow me to go get my need. If you can't do it, you need to allow me to go do it. He didn't want to do that. He just wanted me to just be cool with how things were. Stop complaining. You've been taken care of financially. You're going trips. You can do whatever you want to. Why can't you be okay with not having sex? Because I can't. Because I can't. So that was a constant issue that we had over and over and over and over, to the point where I just lost interest in having sex with him. And once you lose interest in your partner like that, I was like, I just looked at him as a roommate. You know what I mean? Once I looked at him as a roommate, I began to desire my own space. I said, because I was like, I don't really need to be in your space, if we're roommates. Like, I can have my own space for that. Like, and have a lot more privacy and do what I want to do in my own space. You know what I mean? I can do what I want to do. So for months, I was trying to move out actually by like December of that year. I think last year. And he kept saying no. I was like, I want to move out by income taxes. He was like, no, this is our home. You're going to stay here. Blah, blah, blah. I got this for us. Income taxes came. And I was like, he was like, you don't think you're finna move out with all that income tax money? I gave him I think he asked for $1,500. I gave it to him. Here you go. Just so happened my money ended up getting my account. I had just got my income tax and my account got hacked. All my money got taken anyway. So I had to, over time, Chime gave me my money back. Not in a lump sum. It was like over time. They'll like drop money in my account until it was like paid back. They would just drop it back in my account. I'm like, so that halted my moving in. So then my son's birthday came around in August. That halted. Then we went to, where did we go for his birthday? Oh, it was WrestleMania. So it halted everything because his birthday was coming up. So I was like, okay, maybe by the end of the summer. I said, Trey be out of school. I can find me a new place. I can have me get an apartment by the end of the summer. During this time, Eddie was becoming a real nuisance. Well, he did. He became a nuisance in a real way. You know, in a big real way. He became stalking me again. He became stalking my son, him. You know, to the point where I had to get a green camera. Maurice had to get a gun. He sleeps with a gun to this day. Eddie's doing his own thing at this moment. He's not even thinking about us. But I think Maurice still think he is. So he still sleep with his guns, little terrified little man over there. We got into it one night when Eddie busted my windows out. I don't know if I said this, but Eddie busted my windows out one night. And when I came back, Maurice was yelling at me because he thought I left a cheat. It's not what I do. I left it because I literally got into a whole fight with Eddie that night because he was threatening my son. So me and him got into it after that, and I'm like, he said, why didn't you tell me? I said, why should I tell you? I said, in a normal situation, I would tell the father of my kid that another man is threatening his son. But because I know that you're not going to do anything, you've never done anything. I said, he harass you every day, and you don't do anything. You don't even lift a finger. You don't even say boo to the man. I'm like, so why on earth would I tell you this so you can do what? Yell at me because he's harassing again? Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do or say? But because if I know that you're not going to do anything, it doesn't make me feel good to come to you and tell you what another man is doing when I know that you're not going to do anything about it. So I handle it myself in whatever way it is. And that was my reality. So when he told me, he's like, Eddie is not my issue. You're my motherfucking issue. I'm like, Eddie's not your issue? The same man who's been threatening you for years, who said he was going to send goons to California, had you spooked all the way in California, looked up all your family's information, threatened them, the whole nine, and he's not your issue? I said, now I'm losing respect. My respect level for him was very thin anyway, but during this time, I was just really losing respect because he just let me know how much of a coward he really was. He is just not, he will forever approach a woman and get in a woman's face and disrespect a woman, but he would never step to a man. That's the worst thing that you can do to an alpha female, is show that you are a punk. My baby dad is a punk. Let's just be honest. And so, I mean, things just kept on happening, which made things worse for me and Maurice. I used to get on the phone every time when something was happening, call a sibling of mine, because he never calls his siblings. He never called his sisters, his mom. He barely called his dad, to intervene if something got us going on. I was the one who's always calling my family. So after a point of time, I was like, it was no point of. The only time I called them actually, or somebody in my family, is like I'm just not getting through. Like, because Maurice is one of those. Maurice is a narcissist, so which I just recently discovered. I didn't see him as a narcissist, but as I was looking up narcissists for Eddie. I seen characteristics and stuff that narcissist does and acts like and do in my baby father, and I was like, okay. So I started sending him videos recently. I'm like, I think you're a narcissist, homeboy. I'm like, cause the big one thing my baby daddy don't do is take criticism. You ain't finna tell him nothing about himself. Once he start feeling that you're saying something about him, he's finna overtalk you. He's not gonna let you finish. He's gonna continue to cut you off. He ain't gonna let you say shit about him because that man think he perfect. He plays the victim all the time. He has a major victim. Why the fuck am I itching? He said he has a major victim mentality. So he's the victim all the time. You're the problem. He's the victim. Okay, remember that if you ever take my baby father, he's always going to play the victim. He don't give a fuck. Like so. What really made my decision was after my son had gotten into some really deep shit. I didn't document it. I didn't talk about it because it wasn't my information to talk about. This is my son's information. So that will stay off the internet forever unless he puts it on the internet himself, because my son does have his own YouTube channel. I'm like, but for now, my son, in personal information is different. But he got into trouble, and it just heightened everything else between me and Reese. We was arguing like cats and dogs, to the point where I told him, if you get in my face one more time, because I told you prior that Maurice likes to hop in people, in my face in particular. Like, it's because he's never going to react or treat someone outside of his home in a negative way. I've always got it over years. I've always got the abuse. I've always got the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, the mental abuse. I always got it from him. But he would never show it outside to his family. Nobody ever, even to friends. No one ever believed that he's how I say he is, because he don't put that out there. Like, he don't want people to see him for who he really is. The only person who see him for who he really is me. And even my children at the time, for a long time, they saw me as the big bad wolf, and him as this fragile person that I'm always like, picking on him or whatever. And no, all it's always been like that. It's always been like that. And like, so, but I know the true him, and he is he can be a very awful individual, right? So the last straw for me, after all of that stuff was happening between us, he called. He was just during this time, he was really in his bag. Okay, he was just really in his bag. So this particular day, I can't even really tell you what we were arguing about and how he was started. But he wanted to educate me and let me know that he don't have a problem with his penis. Not at all. He don't have a problem getting hard. So he decided to call one of his females on the phone. One of his females on the phone. This really happened. He called one of his females on the phone, and the female told me, "Oh, we don't have any problems having sex. I bust 3 times with him." To me on the phone. I'm his wife sitting right there. And his response, I didn't think he was going to get mad about it. I didn't think you would even care that I called somebody on the phone. Just disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Wasn't sorry about it. Didn't feel bad about it. He made excuses why he did it. Well, you told me to do it. You should have told me to do it if you didn't want to know the truth. He was awful. That right there, I could have slapped him in the face. I could have went upside his head. But that was what I needed to free me from not even caring anymore. Because if you've been telling me all these years, we've been having problems all these years with a strong penis. I said, don't bring me in no soft penis, because I don't like soft penis. Go to the doctors. It's been years. Go to the doctor. Go to your PCP. Go to your urologist. Get checked out. What can make your penis move? I was trying to give you a chance. All these years I've been trying to give you a chance. All these years. He's like, if you love me, you will stick it out. I stuck it out for 6 years, going on 7. So you just now 7 years late, almost 7 years later, decided that you want to go to the doctor or whatever it is that you're doing to now get you some sildenafil, some Viagra. And now you trying to tell me your dick worked just fine. And then when the girl's on the phone, he hangs up. I said, before he even hung up, I said, well, did you enjoy it? And she was like, yeah, I was fine with me. I said, well, if you was enjoying it, congratulations. I said, but I don't understand. If he's getting pussy from you, then why the fuck is he still trying to get pussy from me? I'm like, I don't understand it. I'm like, he should be over there with you if that's who he is getting pussy from, right? Why is he still trying to force me to do it? Why I gotta go to therapists? Why I gotta go to doctor's appointments? Why is he doing all this if his penis don't work? I'm like, it doesn't make sense. If his penis work, why am I still forced to go through all this? For humiliation? I mean, I don't even understand what was the point of all of this. If your penis worked just fine, you've said before you can sleep with whoever you want to. You just can't sleep with me. So during this time, when he was in his bag, he was really trying to hurt my feelings or whatever. He was like, yeah, I just didn't want to hurt your feelings all these years. I don't have a problem. You got people thinking I have a problem. I don't have a problem. I just don't have a problem. I have a problem sleeping with you. I just don't want to sleep with you. I said, gave you the opportunity millions of times to go away, leave me alone, go have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. Go do it. Why? And I used to ask you in therapy, if you can do this, well, why are you not with the people that you can do it with? Why do you keep bringing it to me? Why do you keep making this as a me problem? You know what I mean? Like, why? I can never understand. If you're great, then why are you keep bothering me with this issue that you don't have anybody else? Why are you not with somebody who you don't have the issue with? It never made sense. But once he did that bullshit, I found it very distasteful, very just disrespectful, because he's just the audacity of my baby father. It's through the roof sometimes. I just filed my paperwork and moved out. I didn't waste no time. I put one check for the down payment, put another check for the movers, and I moved the hell out. Same day I moved out, he go to the hospital, have a seizure, saying it was too much for him. Like, he can't believe I really moved out. It's like he like to play these little mind games. You surprised that I moved out, even though you was treating me bad for years, treating me bad, talking bad to me, disrespecting me. I'm every bitch, hoe, this, that, and the third. I'm everything under the book. But you wanted me to stay in this toxic environment. I'm telling this grown ass man, stay out of my face. It's like he was trying to like he used to, antagonize me to get me to fight him. But you won't fight a man though. It's it was crazy. And I'm telling him, so you can talk all you want. Stay over there. He will find his way right in my face. He's like, I think my baby daddy's like 5'11". I'm 5'4", so clearly he's taller than me. He's looking down at me like, bitch, all in my face, bitch. But you know I'm a bitch, so I'm not gonna back up. But it's just an audacity. You all up in my face, but you're not in nobody else's face. You won't say anything to nobody else. You won't address a man to save your fucking life. But yet, you're all in my face. That's crazy. The audacity of my baby father. It was just through the roof. So the last day I told him, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, you're going to jail today. It's that simple. He slammed the door on my arm. He mushed me in my face. He pushed me against the wall. Anything to get me to react to him. And I restrained myself from reacting to him, because I could have easily fought him several times. But I held myself together, because why? I lived this life with you for 10 years, fighting you back to back, got a record behind you, got shit on my record, couldn't get jobs that I wanted, because why? Domestic violence and battery and assault, because of you, fighting you. I'm not finna do that shit again. You think this shit is cute. I think you're a pussy. That's what I think. You're straight up pussy to me. So I said, no, I don't gotta fight you. I don't gotta fight you at all. I'm getting the fuck out of here. It's as simple. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And that's what the fuck I did. I got the fuck out. I moved the fuck out. That's just what it was. So he landed himself in the hospital. I got my car back. I was trying to be nice. I even took care of him right after that. Went to the hospital, took care of him still. Asked him, can you take my son to the movies for me? He used my debit card. My debit card was in the car. He used my debit card. I'm at his house now, because now you know we live in separate. I'm at his house now. I look around, I see some glasses on the floor. It's not my glasses, his glasses not pink. I really didn't think none of it at first. Up until I look in the bag. There was a bag also on the floor with Taco Bell in it. I said, okay, he always eat Taco Bell. It's not a big deal. But what was a big deal? What was inside that other bag? A big box of Trojans. Open condom wrappers, condoms in the bag. I said, oh, so these glasses that's on the side of the bed is somebody who was just here last night. And you bought this bitch some Taco Bell from across the street, and y'all got busy on this fucking mattress that's on the floor. Oh, I see what's crack-a-lacking. So I text him while he's in the movie. He trying to act like I don't know. He don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. He comes back to the house. Once again, on audacity level. talking about why the fuck I'm going through his shit. Why the fuck he got to answer to anything? I don't live here no more. I told him to go get some pussy, so he is. What the fuck? I got anything to say? I said the audacity level of I'm in your motherfucking house laying in the same motherfucking spot. You just had somebody last night. You ain't even have the audacity to take these motherfucking sheets off the bed. You left the bitch glasses on the floor and a bag of trash with condoms in it right next to the fucking bed. AKA mattress, not bed. You just got a mattress on the floor. So what old bitch that you fucking with that clearly don't have their own shit because they're willing to come over to your house and get fucked on a mattress on the goddamn floor? You're 45 years old. Any bitch you should be fucking with, you should be going to their house right now until you got some furniture in your motherfuckers, and you should be making these bitches who you fucking help you furnish your fucking home. But that's just me. That's what I would do. But clearly that's not what he's doing. All he thinking about is using his dick and getting it wet right now. So he's fucking bitches on the mattress on the floor. So I'm like, the audacity of you using my motherfucking money to pay for yourself. For a movie, $100. You spent $100 of my money. I didn't say anything because my son, you had my son with you. For me to be in your home when you just had somebody here last night and I just moved out 2 to 3 days ago. It's the audacity of you that you just do not give a fuck. I've never met a man who just don't. Well, I'm sure I do. I'm sure I did. But my ex-husband, I tried to have some kind of loyalty and respect for him because of he's my child's father and he's my ex-husband. I tried to have a lot of respect for him. But he just don't have it for me. He just don't have respect for me. And it's clear as fucking day. It's clear as day. I said this man have did this before. He cheated in his marriage. He got a divorce. I gave him a second chance to get it right. And he still can't. So I said, I'm not finna keep taking this shit. For what? Like, why does everybody tell me that I'm supposed to keep taking it? I married him. That's your husband. Figure it out. Nah. No, not when I don't have to. I said, because there's these bitches out there who don't respect your marriage because you don't respect your marriage. That's it. That's it and that's all. And I am too old to be chasing up behind any man who don't want to be with me. I don't care anymore. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s anymore. So my mentality now in my 40s is not to chase after a man who don't want me. If you don't want me, then leave me alone. And if you seem to cannot do that, I will happily do it for you. I am in my peace era. If you're not a part of my peace era, you don't need to be involved in my era at all. It's just that simple. I go to work and I live my life how I want to live it right now. And if you're not coming into that life to enhance it in any way, you don't need to be in my life at all. Because I'm not letting any man anymore come into my life and fuck it up. If you're not coming into my life to assist in it, in any kind of situation, and you're just coming into to fuck it up, keep your ass away from me. It's that simple. It is that simple. So, because I didn't want to be physically assaulted, disrespected anymore, treated like shit, not having sex with, not giving any kind of intimacy. I mean, nothing. I mean, just nothing. I can do that all by myself. I don't need to share a space with somebody who I'm not getting nothing from. The only benefit at the time of me living with my baby father was what? Because he had Section 8. I didn't have to pay rent for like a year and a half. Now I'm back paying rent and bills and shit. But I didn't have to pay bills. That was really the only benefit. Other than that, I wasn't really getting anything out of it. So I'd rather just live alone and be at peace in my own place, making my own rules and my own decisions, and nobody can tell me what the fuck to do in the apartment that I pay for. So from here on out, my baby father can do whatever the fuck he want to. He can sleep with whoever he want to. Because I went through his phone one day, because I had it, and I saw that he was talking to the girl who messed up his marriage in the first place, and the girl that he was talking to when he met me years ago. Named Amy Smart, ex-porn star. I don't even sure. She may be still a porn star. Who knows? I ain't got time for it. Be free. Be single. Talk to whoever you want to. Do whatever you want to. Go date whoever you want to. Man, woman. You want to be bisexual? Explore your sexuality if you want. Knock yourself out. I just don't want to be involved anymore. I don't want to be involved. Like, so that's where I am in my life right now. My marriage went into the toilet, and I'm tired of trying to work it out. I don't want to work it out anymore. I want to end that relationship, let it die, let it sink, and never open that thing again. Never open it up again, because it's never going to change. It's never going to change. So I am doing it myself. I'm closing the seal and never reopening it, and letting that man date whoever he want to, be with whoever he want to, and whoever she is out there, she's inheriting a whole lot of issues, whole lot. But that's her issue. Whoever he ends up dating, that's her problem, not mine. That's her problem, not mine. I'm done dealing with it, and I mean that. So you will never see me in another video with my baby father for a whole while, unless we're doing something with Trey or some with our son together. But other than that, no romantic dinners, no, hell to the fuck no. No. Let him do what he wanted to. I am in a different space in my life, and that is not dealing with him. So that's why my marriage has ended, because it was just not working out. It's not working out. 5 therapists in 6 years, 5 different therapists. Not one can actually help us. Every time we got to a certain point in the therapy, I can make a decision after so many sessions. What the fuck is we doing? We're not getting nowhere. I don't want to keep coming to this shit. I make a decision. I don't want to do marriage counseling anymore, because all it does is make it clear that I don't want to be in it anymore. And I end up leaving anyway. Right after therapy, I end up always leaving, making a decision. This is it. I'm out of this marriage. And I always leave. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I have some errands to run today. Just a few. So I'm finna get myself together, dressed, and up and out. And I might do a little vlog today with my son. We're finna go shopping when I put my clothes on. We're gonna run down the street to Burlington, get him some clothes. And and I'm just gonna go hang out over there with him today, unless he want to come over here. Either way, that's what we're gonna do today, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you guys at Burlington.